So there's two things I want to take away from that performance. The first of those is I didn't think we'd win this game, and we have. So that is a massive, massive plus for me. I had no faith that Manchester United would win this match. In fact, I had no faith that Manchester United would win this match up until Rasmus Højlund made it 2-1 with about 2 minutes left in normal time. That's how little faith I had in Manchester United winning this game. So the fact that we did win this game is a massive positive going into the Manchester derby. But the second thing to take away from this game is we are so shit. Honestly, we are so poor. And it's just the standard of the players that we've got. There's nothing more to be said. We can go round and round and round in circles until the cows come home. But ultimately, the takeaways from today's game are the same takeaways that they've had for the last 2 months, or shall we say the last month at least, since Ruben Amorim took over. Our only standout players were Mazraoui and Diallo. Our midfield looked out of place. Bruno got about and thankfully produced one bit of brilliance. And Rasmus Højlund needs to start every game for Manchester United because he's the only player who puts the ball in the back of the net, because everyone else in the team lacks conviction. And that's the biggest worry for me at the moment, is our lack of conviction, whether it's at the back, playing out, as we saw with the goal that was given away, whether it's our build-up play, whether we're actually composed when we're bringing our first touches. Again, we talk about Xerxes, we talk about Garnacho, those first touches when they're under pressure. Or whether it's in front of goal, be it Mason Mount, Ahmad, Bruno, Rashford, whoever. We lack conviction in front of goal. However, we have a manager who doesn't lack conviction. And his decisions today are the reason why we've won this match. Now, obviously, you can make the argument of, well, maybe he shouldn't have started Xerxes. Maybe he shouldn't have started Ahmad in the forward position. Maybe he absolutely shouldn't have started Marcus Rashford. Maybe he shouldn't have played Casemiro. But at least he clocked pretty early, certainly at the start of the second half, that things were not working. And he made the changes. He got Højlund on. He got Dalot off, because I think had another really poor game. He got Ugarte on there. He got Mason Mount on there. And those changes made a difference. Even Anthony coming on at right wing back made a difference, because there was just a little bit more effort and a bit more energy about the side. And look, I've just said it. We're exactly a month into Ruben Amorim being in charge of Manchester United. November the 12th he took over. It's December the 12th today. He has tried various combinations of this setup with the different players we have available to us. And we now go into our biggest game of the season so far, the Manchester derby, away at Manchester City, a side that is really struggling for form themselves at the moment. And we need to put out our best 11. And from what I've seen of the Ruben Amorim era so far, the team that I would have going into the Manchester derby would be Onana in goal, the back three of Mazraoui, De Ligt and Martinez. I would have Ahmad at right wing back. I would have Dalot at left wing back. I would have Bruno and Ugarte in midfield. And then I would have a front three of Mason Mount, Garnacho and Højlund. Those are the players I think right now are putting in the most effort and getting the most out of this system. Now, I know I've already spoken about Dalot, about him having another poor game. But he made a good start under the Amorim system, and I don't think Malacia is quite ready for a game of the magnitude of the Manchester derby. Maybe we could change it up a little bit, putting someone else at left wing back, but I just don't think that's sensible right now. I think that's the team we need to go for, and this is where I talk about the impact that players made today. I was really impressed with Mason Mount. I thought he made a massive difference when he came on. He showed energy, he was willing to run in behind, he looked creative, and he was getting shots on goal. That is far more than what Rashford was doing. And to be fair, it was far more than what Garnacho was doing when he came on as well. In terms of players that played in that front line today, obviously Ahmad did what Ahmad does, but again, I would play him a little bit further back. But Mason Mount was the one who really caused problems in that area of the pitch today when he came on. So I would definitely give him a go. And of course, the man up front, Rasmus Højlund, the impact he made, scoring the 2 goals. He could have had a third as well. He just couldn't quite get on the end of Bruno's cross with his stronger foot. We'd love to see an improvement of that right foot, please, Rasmus, because if we can get that firing as well, we've got a hell of a number 9 in our hands. But it was that combination that got us the winning goal. It was Bruno's brilliance, a really quick free kick, round the corner, great touch, great finish from Rasmus Højlund, and we come away with a 2-1 victory, which for now puts us into the automatic last 16 spot, however it works in this competition. We've obviously got 2 games left. We've still got the games that are about to be played when you're watching this, or if you're watching this tomorrow, those games have finished. We may not be in the automatic places going into the next game against Rangers. But look, we've got ourselves in a good position today, and that is because of Ruben Amorim's management. You can say what you want about some of the players, but at least this manager is making decisions that are affecting matches. I know people had a go at him for the decisions he made at the weekend, but at least he is trying things. He's not just going, oh, well, it's not really working, but these are my best players. I'm going to keep going. He's gone, no, this is a problem. This is how I think I'm going to change it. He's being decisive. He's showing conviction. And it's got us a win today. I don't really want to talk about the goal that we conceded, but I guess we have to. And it's just further proof that Andre Onana is such a confidence player. He has been absolutely faultless for Manchester United this season, up until that incident at the weekend against Nottingham Forest. From the moment that ball went past him from Morgan's Gibb White, he was an absolute mess for the entirety of the rest of that game against Nottingham Forest. And for the entirety of the game today, he looked an absolute mess. He looked nervous to get on the ball. He nearly gave the ball away in the first half where he booted it against one of their players. And it was inevitable that at some point he was going to give the ball away and it was going to cost us. And it did. Why he's playing that pass to Matthias de Ligt when he's got 3 players around him, when he could have just hoofed it up to Xerxes. I'm not saying Xerxes would have won the ball, but you can't play a pass to someone that's got 3 players around them, especially not in that area of the pitch. And it cost us a goal, and all he could do was stand there and take a few sips of his bottle, and that was it. So that is a bit of a worry for me. He's got to get his head straight ahead of the Manchester derby, but you know, it is what it is. And like I said, I'm not just going to go round and round in circles because I've said all these things before, whether it's the Ten Hag era or the Amorim era. These players have got to either get better, sort their mentality out, or just get gone. And I think a lot of the deadweight players were exposed again today, and we'll see what happens in January. Obviously, we'll see what happens at the weekend. I've got to go away now and make my prediction for that Manchester derby, where, who knows, because City are playing awful, we're playing awful, both sides are so devoid of confidence, anyone could win that match. So hopefully it's going to be a United result away at City, but right now I don't see it. I just can't see a side playing as poor as we are going to the Etihad and getting a result, but hopefully that Manchester derby feel will bring the best out of some of these players. And like I say, if we play the 11 players that I would play, based on what I've seen, I think the effort that those players show in that sort of atmosphere of a Manchester derby, I think it'll bring the best out of this system if we play those players. But as always, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Right now, we need to be talking about who you would be getting rid of in January. I think the list, for me, starts with Rashford and Casemiro, especially off of what I've seen over the last few weeks from those two. But let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching as always. I'll be back tomorrow morning with my full Premier League predictions. And of course, my post-match reaction to the Manchester derby will be available about half an hour to 45 minutes after the full-time whistle has gone. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you there.